Actually, I think that's the tank they don't get out, but they just leave there.
Plus one of the tracks, and it will just go round in a circle, it won't go anywhere else. Right, I think we can all agree this one does look like a tank now. So, tank that's coming on now, this is a tank that the German military made when they're allowed to make tanks again after World War II. And it was very different when this tank came into service to all the tanks that you could see in the museum that the Germans had used at the end of the Second World War. The Panther, the King Tiger. At the end of World War II, the Germans, when they were allowed to start designing a tank, they said, right, we're not going that way anymore. Big, heavy, slow tanks with thick armour, we're going to go in a different direction. So what they did with the Leopard tank, they've got, you can hear it, they've got a thump. And at the same time as the Germans were making this Leopard tank, Britain, we decided to go in a different direction. We decided, after being at the receiving end of those big heavy German tanks you can see and again inside the museum, we decided to build our tanks, much thicker armour, bigger guns, and we weren't too worried about mobility. So that's one of the reasons why sometimes countries at exactly the same time in their history go very different directions in what they are building. You think we'd all come out with the same conclusion, they're going to fight on the same battlefield, very, very different because of our experiences in the war. Now this Leopard tank had a crew of 4, 3 in the turret, all of them there really is about this gun. The gun there is what the tank's about, and this tank was designed at a time we thought we might be fighting the Russians, so all the NATO countries, we knew we could never match the sheer numbers of tanks that the Soviet bloc had. So we went for quality and rather than quantity that the Soviet Defence Forces. And we love this story here. Back in the early 2000s, the Canadian who bought the German Leopard tank off the Germans, had them in service for a number of years, they came to the conclusion that tanks were old hats. We don't need them anymore. We're never going to need them in a future war. Other things can do what tanks did in the past. So they got rid of all their tanks. And here at Bovington, we put up our hand and said, now we all know the British Army is pretty busy around the world at the moment, so they've called on the Tank Museum to take on the Ruritanians. So here comes our Leopard tank, followed by the 432 with the infantry in the back. And again, however many tanks, planes, drones, whatever you've got, it's still going to be the infantry that capture and hold ground on the battlefield. They're still vital. And look like the Leopard's working its way up the flank, up the side of the Ruritanian position, while the 432 points towards where the enemy are. We've got a strike there on the Ruritanian Saladin, and that 432 down the other end, it points to where the enemy are because the soldiers in the back could have been bouncing around in the back of that for the last hour or so. They're going to be very disorientated. So they need to know where's the enemy, where they are attacking. That's why they always point towards it. And here comes our volunteers debussing out the back, working their way forward now. They're doing what they call a pepper pot attack. We've ended up with one section running forward, dropping down, followed by another section coming forward and dropping down as well. And the whole idea here is what you don't want to do is get in front of your mates as you run forward, because then you run the risk of getting shot up the backside. The media calls that friendly fire. It's the most unfriendly thing going, being hit by your own side. I think some of them have forgot what section they're in. Bit of fitness training required by some of our volunteers there, but they're doing very well. They're progressing up against the enemy position. And we've got a bloodthirsty lot today. Oh, look at that, pathetic. 1 or 2 casualties, but the Royal Retainers, look at that, they've thrown in the towel already. Well done our volunteers there.